other questions can we talk about today? Or
I guess maybe I need more distinguishment between some of the terminology there. So I guess what I mean is more full service SEO, but can you explain to me how technical SEO is a component of that?
yeah. So I like to break SEO into 4 simple steps. Measure everything. That's where we start. Then it's technical SEO, which is how does Google interpret our website?
Mm-hmm.
Once we know that Google is able to read our website correctly, then we move on to content, which is what most people think of as SEO.
Mm-hmm.
But if we do content first and Google isn't able to see our site, that content's wasted.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If we do technical SEO or any SEO without measuring it, that the tree fell in the forest, but no one was there to hear it. Did it really even fall? Right?
There's no value, really.
Right. And then last comes link building, which is the important part of SEO, because there's a lot of websites that talk about the same topics, but which of them is best? And that's where link building comes in. And so when it comes to the technical aspect of SEO, I'm checking Search Console every week to make sure there's no new problems that have come up, because stuff just happens.
Mm-hmm.
Just stuff happens. But once you kind of get ahead of the problem, then you will find that you'll have more time for content. But I usually will start with the technical SEO. And if we're using a WordPress website, most of the technical SEO is taken care of already, right? We just are really lucky to have WordPress and such a great system. But there are going to be some things to fix still. And that's okay.
Who built it, right?
I'm sorry?
Depends on who built it, right?
It very much depends on who built it, but there are things, and this is one of my favorite topics on WordCamp circuit, is all the technical problems with SEO on WordPress sites. Like the read more tag, where if you publish a blog post and you put it on a category, you see the entirety of the blog post in the archive, in the category, on the date page, in the tag. Like, that's a problem, and it's a duplicate content problem. So we have to make sure our theme is set up to only show a preview of the post, or we manually go into each blog post and add a read more tag.
Mm-hmm.
Right? There's other technical issues with WordPress as it comes to SEO. Like that the discourage web search engines from checking this. that's like so often the problem. Like, how many times do we forget that?
Yeah. Been there.
Yeah, I mean, I've been there too. Like, I had a client that it was a longer story in short, but yeah, it was like 2 months later we realized, oh shit, we forgot to uncheck that. Yeah, wow, not a good start to the campaign. Now that's why it's number 1 on the checklist of launching new websites.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think so. But I guess within that, so if you're approaching SEO as a 4-part piece, you don't begin the content until the technical is all together.
Yeah.
Right. You kind of start with the technical. Content takes a little bit of time. You got to have good writers. The client's got to approve it. And so while you're almost preparing to launch the content, while you're looking at the technical aspects, but also let's say there's a huge technical problem with your website and you're publishing blog posts. Well, it's okay to be publishing those blog posts. Might not be doing as well because of the technical issue, but once you fix the technical issue, suddenly all that content will be valuable.
Yeah.
So it's this fine balance of, we're going to tackle the technical issues first, but we're not going to stop doing the other stuff because once we have all the technical stuff fixed, that other stuff will be even more effective.
Mhm.
And does that help a little bit?
Yeah.